We have Group Captain Jha as well as Major Shah joining us on the broadcast this morning. And I'd just like to extend my question to Major Shah. Sir, thank you so much for joining us. This is the second time this year that Prime Minister Narendra Modi is interacting with the soldiers. Earlier, there was a surprise visit in Ladakh, and now he's going to be heading to Rajasthan. So, what do you think is on Prime Minister Narendra Modi's mind when it comes to sending a message to the forces?
See, I always give the example of my personal example in 2003 when I was deployed at the Indo-Pak border at the line of control. And on a neighboring post, a Jawan was seriously wounded. And when the commanding officer of that battalion came to have a look at the Jawan who was totally flat, got up on his 2 feet, saluted the commanding officer and said, "Jai Sahab!" Now that was the morale that was uplifted by the supreme commander of his battalion coming and visiting him. Now when the Prime Minister comes and visits the forward post, the morale of our troops automatically go up. And right from the time he took over as the Prime Minister of India in 2014, he visited the Siachen Glacier, the highest battlefield in the world, where you need days to acclimatize and then go up and come down. Spending a few hours over there is called punishment. That is the reason we only get soldiers who spend only 3 months in a year and 3 months of a tenure. In fact, people start having problems after that. Okay, in 2015, he visited the Punjab border, which demarcated the 50 years of Indo-Pak 1965 war. Thereafter, in 2016, he traveled to Himachal Pradesh celebrating Diwali with the Indo-Tibetan Border Police and the Indian Army soldiers over there. In 2017, he visited Jammu and Kashmir's Gurez sector. In 2018, he visited the ITBP personnel and the Indian Army personnel in Uttarakhand at the Indo-China border. In 2019, he went to Rajouri. And this year, 2020, he has gone to Longewala post in Rajasthan. My father, in the 1971 war, he took part in the Longewala battle. They were in direct support of 23 Punjab, the film Border, which you would have seen. Now, the message that the Prime Minister conveys is not only the nation is with you, but it is a strong and loud and clear message to our enemy that don't you dare mess with us. You don't know who you are messing with if you try any stunts with us. And let me tell you, just yesterday, in Machal sector, Pakistan resorted to heavy shelling, heavy firing, ceasefire violation. Well, I am not surprised whenever Pakistan does any ceasefire violation because I have experienced it personally in 2003. I have seen it happen many times. They have no principles, no regulations, nothing. And that is a nation which considers an army rule. In fact, the Prime Minister over there, Imran Khan, he is not a decision maker. It is the army over there which decides. And this army in Pakistan only is responsible for a civil war in the Sindh province, where they picked up an inspector general for the police. Now, a nation like Pakistan, which is already fighting corona, which is in debt, the US has withdrawn support, it's taking enmity from a peace-loving nation like India. When a Prime Minister goes at the border, he conveys a message loud and clear. And when he leads by example, it is something which we all should emulate and we all should follow, that it should be a lesson in leadership. Now, one more last thing, I'll conclude by saying there are people who would be also critical about his visit. Well, I would like to answer those people by saying that when we move up in life, when we start doing well, when we see things are working in our favor, you will find people trying to pull your leg and trying to pull you down. The best answer to them is, don't react, don't say anything. Continue doing your work silently. And when you do your work silently, you will find that you are rising high and those people are still there where they started from. Why? Because they have used their energy in trying to pull you down. So there are tweets, there are messages regarding being critical of the Prime Minister's visit, but I see when something positive is coming out of it, when the morale of the troops of the nation is going up, and when the morale of the enemy is going down, where's the harm? So, Hindustan, Zindabad.
Of course, what Major Ali just now mentioned about it, it lifts up the morale of the entire forces. When even he had given the example of the commanding officer coming to Jawan and the Jawan feels so electric, as well as to the opposition, that here is a force which has got a very high morale. Don't mess up what Ali was trying to tell you this now. Don't mess up with us. So that is how it all goes there. And hats off to him.
Right, sir, absolutely. My next question again is to Major Shah. So of course, we know that this year has especially seen a lot of heightened tensions on both the borders, whether it is Ladakh and the LOC as well. Do you think Diwali is a time wherein the PM is coming out to support the forces strongly, more so because of these heightened tensions lately?
See, the PM has set up a tradition that from the time he took over the Prime Minister, every Diwali he has spent with the troops. I just told you, sequence-wise, where all he spent Diwali, which year, where. And now it is a very, very good precedent that he set. Very good precedent. People who are critical will, irrespective. You do good work, you do bad work. They will be critical, so let them be. It doesn't affect anyone's health. It affects the morale of our troops, certainly. And it certainly lowers down the morale of the enemy. I haven't seen in the enemy country the Prime Minister coming there and the troops. So now the message going across is loud and clear. And a befitting reply is given to the enemy in every single way. For example, just about a month back, we inducted the Rafale jets. Day before yesterday, we had the inauguration of the Vagir. That is the 5th submarine under the Project 75 India. This project was signed in 2007. It took over 10 years to actually come and start moving properly. So now when we have the first 2 submarines, see, under this Project 75 India, we had 6 submarines India would manufacture, make in India, Atmanirbhar Bharat, and there would be 6 submarines to be ready. First 2 are already operational. 3rd submarine just cleared the field trials. 4th submarine is heading for the field trials. 5th submarine was inaugurated day before yesterday, and the 6th one is on its way. Rafale jets, Air Force, Project 75 India, Navy, Army is fully prepared. Our border guards, like the Assam Rifles, the Indo-Tibetan Border Police, the BSF, the paramilitary, is totally ready. So in 2017, the then Chief of the Army Staff, General Bipin Rawat, had said that India is totally ready for a 2.5 front war, which means on one hand, China, Pakistan, and sorting out the internal problems inside Jammu, Kashmir and Northeast, the internal insurgency. Now, almost 3 years later, it seems that his words have really come true, because we are giving a befitting reply to any adversary, any adversity coming our way. And this certainly is a very, very big morale booster. Why only Pakistan? In fact, even China, we are fully prepared with winter. Just yesterday, when there was heavy firing at Machal sector, it only goes to prove that the enemy is very scared of us. See, I see my personal example when I was there in 2003. My reading is there are 3 reasons when a nation does this kind of fighting. First could be a speculative fire, that you are anticipating the enemy country, that is, it can be the other country, to infiltrate inside and do a surgical strike on them, which was known as trans-border raid during my time. It was very common actually. Second could be when you are sending infiltrators across and you are trying to provide them cover fire, so that the enemy puts their head down and they do not see what's happening. And third would be, of course, Pakistan is only contributing to us celebrate our Diwali in a much more grand manner by fireworks, but we gave them a befitting reply. And when the leadership of the nation is strong, then definitely they will only achieve victory.
Right, absolutely.